Welcome to a very cold West Midlands, just on the outskirts of Birmingham, where Aston Villa take on Wolves in a real West Midlands derby. My first job is, as ever, to give you the two teams here on the TC Hub. Starting with Aston Villa, Emiliano Martins in goal, and it's Ezra Conche, Tyrone Mings and Axel Twanzeba as a back three. Then it's Matty Cash, Douglas Luiz, John McGinn and Matt Target in four in midfield, and then Bunweda and then Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings up front. Bunweda, we believe, will play as an attacking midfielder for Villa this afternoon. Wolves' 11 is Sarr in goal, Cody, Kilman, Saiss at the back. Cody skippers the side. Mings actually skippers the game at Villa's side. And then it's Martial, Neves, Semedo, Matinho. Then it's Hangley, Chang, Leandro Dindonka, and Adama Traore. As Dean Smith and Bruno Lage shake hands with each other. The referee today is Michael Oliver from County Durham. Stuart Burt and Simon Bennett are the two assistants. Mike Dean's the fourth official, and Jared Gillett is the man at Stockley Park for this contest today. Substitutes for Villa before the kick-off: Steer, Young, House, Sanson, Makamba, El Ghazi, Ramsey, Biddace, and Archer. For Wolves, Melden, Ruddy, they're two goalkeepers, incidentally. Hoiver, Ait Nuri, Bolly, Podence, Kundal, Jimenez, and Fabio Silva. So a big crowd, over 41,000 at Villa Park this afternoon to witness this Midlands derby. There's Michael. I've just seen Michael over there on my picture, ready to go. It's a game that dates back to the early days of the Football League, way back in 1888. Two of the founder members taking on each other. It's a bitterly cold but sunny afternoon in the Midlands, just outside of the second city. Michael Oliver, a FIFA official of his own team. And of course, Jared Gillett, incidentally, for those who don't know Jared Gillett, he's actually a former native of Australia. He's an Australian expat now. He's making his way in again. And the players before the start on Michael Oliver's bus whistle will take the knee in the ongoing fight against racism, not just in sport or in football, but in the walks of life itself. And then on his second whistle, Wolves in the old gold will get us underway. Villa in the claret and blue. And Wolves will attack the O10 here at Villa Park away to my left. And off we go then. Wolves getting a long ball forward early on. Should be Cons' ball, and it is. And Cons gets it out. McGinn there too. McGinn gets it back there to Tyrone Mings. Skipper in the side this afternoon. Villa attacking the north stand, the Written Road end, where all there's about two rows of executive boxes, and above it reads Brian Moore's commentary from the 82 European Cup final, which Villa won when Peter Wibb scored that winning goal. The late, great Brian Moore, I should say, really. Here come Villa on the ball now with number 16, Twanzeba. Now John McGinn, who has scored plenty of decent goals. We were last here in the Midlands a few weeks ago when Villa put Rafa Benitez's Everton to the sword in our late kick-off. Took a really good game, even though it was 0-0 at half-time. You knew full well there was going to be goals in it. And this really has the hallmarks of being a classic here today. It's the ball comes forward down there from Conda, but he's lost possession. In fact, a free kick has been given for a foul on Ezra Konsa, and a free kick it is to Aston Villa. Bruno Lage now starting to get his own stamp on things at Wolves these days. I mean, taking over from Nuno Santo, who obviously takes on Tottenham. And obviously takes his Tottenham side to Newcastle tomorrow. And a big game for him as well. Big game for Newcastle as well, as Steve Bruce celebrates 1,000 games in charge of Newcastle. Which means gets the ball forward now. Because Steve Bruce, one of the clubs that Steve Bruce has managed. There's a first shot from Nanga comes in from couldn't tell who it was. It might have been Gwen Brady. It was number 10, Gwen Dia, signed from Norwich. Right-footed effort that went well wide to the left-hand upright of Jose Sarr, who's replaced Rui Patricio now in the Wolves goal. And Carl Akimi, who gave him his blessing to take the number 1 shirt, which was retired, but Carl Akimi said, you can take the number 1 shirt, bring it out of retirement. And of course, when Patricio was at the club for 2 or 3 seasons, it was number 11 he wore on the back of his jersey at that precise moment in time. But Carl Akimi, we hope he's still okay, by the way. If he's still battling the effects of his illness, we hope he's okay. As we go 2.25 minutes in here, delayed commentary on the TC Hub, JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, and GC Hub 2. And what looks like a feisty Midlands derby on the scales, West Midlands derby, I should say. Free kick again, foul on Konza there by Adama Traore. Free kick now to Villa. First time I've commentated on Wolves this season. Been a bit under it's a miss, of course. They had a struggle at the start under Bruno Largs to try and get a result. They got a big one at Newcastle before the international break, winning 2-1. And of course, they got a big shot. Oh, and a chance there, and Martinez having to come in there. I didn't see where it was. The ball, it was coming out of replay, and here's a chance now for Semedo to go down that blind alley, but the ball out of play. It was Wang Li Chang who's in good form. He scored the winning goal against Newcastle, as I said the other week, just before the international break, and almost giving Wolves a shock lead here, almost on 4 minutes. Villa's last match, of course, was at White Hart Lane, which they lost by 2-1. And last 5 has been quite patchy. Wolves, though, have picked up 3 wins from their last 5, although there's been 2 defeats in that little spell. Another Wolves win here would take them into the top half of the table, above Aston Villa today. So plenty of incentive, not just local bragging rights up for grabs, but the opportunity to leapfrog the other, certainly from a Wolves perspective, as the ball now comes back to Emiliano Martinez now in the Villa goal. Very cold conditions here. You can tell that summer has come to a close, and now we're deep now into the autumn part of the season. Of course, winter won't be too far away, of course. Of course, it's also the same day as the flat racing season's ended, and then it will be jumps next week. The jump season will start in earnest next week, and that's always a good sight, as certainly during the winter months, as Target puts the ball out for a throw. So 5 minutes gone then at Villa Park, and Villa and Wolves having a chance or 2 each. Been a terrific start to this football match. Won't have a throw. It's given away though, and here come Villa now. With Wenreda, tries to get Cash on his way. Cash, who scored a marvellous goal down at the Old End when we last covered him against Everton, and gets his shot in this time in this one. Might have taken a slight deflection, which made it a little bit awkward for Jose Sá, but the Portuguese goalkeeper, replacing his countryman Rui Patricio, saw it all the way. Cash making a good run down the right-hand side, then got his shot in, may have got a slight nick, but Jose Sá wasn't worried too unduly by it, and his Cody now hits a long ball forward. Adama Traore takes possession, and Martinho now will take possession for Wolves. Wolves are a team that flattered to deceive. They are a good team on paper, but sometimes just don't get the rub of the green on the results. Their performance is certainly merited. They certainly played well against Manchester United in the third match week, and were very unfortunate not to get something from the game, really, that afternoon at Molineux. They're a good side, and on their day, they can cope with the very best. Here's Semedo on the far side, but he loses possession. Ball then hooked back in there from the far side, but no one reached it, and Matt Cash was able to knock it away, but not very far. Header won there by Marçal. Ball knocked back in there, but then when Wade and then asked a lot there of Target, who did really well, won the tackle. There's a Wolves player gone down there, and Wolves probably will be in their own interest to kick it out. I think they've stopped it anyway. I'm not sure if it's a head injury or not. I think Target won the ball. It's Ruben Neves has gone down there. He gets the ball okay. I think Neves has just come off worse. 7 gone. And Aston Villa and Wolves are still at 0-0. Live commentary on the TC Hub. Plus, we're on Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch. And our streaming partner, of course, for the season is the Melon Streaming App. You can check that out at melonapp.com. I'm just seeing how that. This was the free kick that didn't come to fruition, and it was Yang Chi Chan, and it was a good block, as it turns out here, by Tyrone Mings. And that's what actually happened. Just seeing a replay there whilst Neves has been attended to. Bruno just having a chance to have a chat with his some of his players. Try and get one or two instructions across, especially to Wang, to Wang and to Dendonka. Looks like an head injury. Anyway, that's why the referee stopped it, Mr. Oliver, and quite rightly so. And this is what happened. I mean, he come off worse there. It's a good tackle, and I think he falls. Oh, he falls awkwardly there on his shoulder. And that's why there's a lot of concern there. And obviously, quite understandably, the referee and the medical staff have to take great caution and care over this, because head injuries are the head is quite a sensitive area, the neck area and the shoulders are very sensitive parts of the body. You can't rush these things. And as much as the Villa fans are just booing here at the moment, certain sections of them, I think what's happening here is the right thing to be doing right now, and I think it would be wrong of anyone to suggest otherwise. Seen some Wolves substitutions there warming up. Just to recap the substitutions: Steer, Young, House, Sanson, Nakamba, El Ghazi, Ramsey, Bidace, and Archer for Villa. Molden, Ruddy, Hoiver, Hait Nuri, Bolly, Podence, Kundal, Jimenez, and Fabio Silva are the Wolves substitutions. So at least 3 can come on. Neves, I'm pleased to report, is okay. We'll get his Alice band on and get that round his head, so he'll keep that a little bit tied back. Most of these foreign players now have bands to hold their air in place. Coming up to 10 minutes gone, but we've had a fair chunk of that, obviously, for the Neves injury, which thankfully is going to be okay. There's going to be a drop ball, which Aston Villa are going to get possession of, and then obviously sportsmanly knocked back to goalkeeper Jose Sa. Good sportsmanship there from Aston Villa, and it's good to see, even on a derby day, a fierce local derby such as this, that sportsmanship can obviously be achieved. No doubt about it. 10 gone. The last 2 or 3 minutes has been for the obvious stoppage to Ruben Neves. As I say, I'm very pleased to report he's okay. Of course, Watford were beaten 5-0 earlier today against Liverpool. Real reality check for new manager Claudio Ranieri and his Watford troops. Klopp sides showing no mercy. Here's Matt Cash trying to show no mercy. Gets a throw in for Aston Villa, almost down by the corner quadrant, down on the near side as we look. About 3 or 4 yards away from the quadrant here, or maybe in line. In fact, I think it's in line with the 18-yard box more than likely. Anyway, it's going to be a throw in anyway. Cash is going to take it in, and he does possess a good long throw, as we'll see in just a second or two. As he comes in, runs up, in fact, throws it back to the halfway mark of the Wolves half, and McGinn now plays a little bit more out towards the left-hand side. Header one in there, and a header also one there. It was a wonderful move from Aston Villa, switching it from right to left flank, and then a couple of nice headers one there, but again, Saab proving his worth there in the Wolves goal, but when Raider has lost it, and Traore comes away with the ball inside the centre circle. Over to the right-hand side he goes. He's got Semedo in support on the left-hand side. Semedo will get the cross in, turned away by Mings, but not very far. In fact, it was a bit more up and underish, if you know what I mean. And at the moment, it's a free kick Well, it's been a rip-roaring start to this Premier League encounter. As I said, local rivals going back to the opening season of the Football League all the way back in 1888. The 12 original founder members of the Football League, but now very firmly fixed again in football's top flight. Nice to see that. Of course, Burnley are a founder member. They're struggling a little bit at the moment against Manchester City, I hear. But one or two others, Everton, of course. So it's nice to see one or two of the founder members in the Football League trying to take on the world's best in the Premier League. Everton, of course, as I said. It's real big clubs, traditional clubs with all the grandeur as well. Here comes Cash for Villa, former Notts Forest player. Cash now will have a move to take that in, gets the crossing towards the back post where Ollie Watkins was waiting. McGinn can hit them on the edge of the area. McGinn just hit it! Oh, just wide of the right-hand post. John McGinn. Well, that's a bit of a warning for Wolverhampton Wanderers. He hit it well. Gets a good applause, McGinn, from the Holt end away to my left-hand side. Even though it was at the opposite end to that. Villa attacking the north stand in the first half. McGinn hits it well on the left foot and just wide of Jose Sarr's right-hand post. That's the best, that's the closest, I believe, that anyone has come to a goal in this game. Certainly testing the goalkeeper's agility and things like that. I think Sarr may have had the post covered. Here's McGinn now. Here he is now. It's still inside his own half. Has to turn back. And Ezra Konsa now. Oh, yes, it's a Tunatsabe rather. And here's Tyrone Mings. Now Matt Targett, former Bournemouth player, of course. Started his career incidentally at Southampton. Louise touching it back to Mings. Mings just slowing it down a little bit. Mings, who played in that 1-1 draw with Hungary on Wednesday night, which you heard live on the TC Hub. Here's Ben Wader now for Villa. Trying to play the ball in there. What a good signing he's proved to be. Could have easily still been at Norwich, where they've struggled not to get any points at the moment. They're playing Brighton this afternoon. The Adama Traore's gone down, but referee Oliver letting the play go on, but he's decided after 2 or 3 seconds, it was a long pause from the ref to blow for the free kick to Wolves, which in theory was a good decision. But he took a long time over it and was a little bit 50-50 whether he would give the decision or not, but in the end he did. Just seen that again. And in fact, Michael Oliver, the ref, had to just dodge out the way of that shot because it was some venom there from John McGinn, which just went wide of that right-hand post of Jose Sarr in the Wolverhampton goals. Here's Coney now to hit a long ball forward. And it's a long one, but Targett pucks the ball out the air on the left-hand side, gets it over the halfway line, and headed away by Max Kilman. But here comes Villa again with Ollie Watkins. Ings is waiting in the middle, and it comes off a defender, or does it? Oh, well, Villa say corner. Referee says goal kick. Ollie Watkins wants to know why. Michael Oliver just whims away. Quarter of an hour gone, 16 minutes almost gone, in fact, and it's Aston Villa nil, Wolves no. I think it does come off Watkins. Never hits it against Watkins, and I think that's what happens. In respect to Ollie Watkins, I think the referee got that one right. So Villa have had 64% of possession at this quarter hour stage. 4 shots to 1 in their favour, of course, and 2 shots on target. Wolves yet to have one. Here's Wolves rather in possession with number 5 on the ball there. That's Marçal. Ball back to Saiss. Saiss now to Moutinho. Moutinho now around the corner. Here's Adama Traore, who I've seen many, many times commentating on Wolves over the years, putting some terrific performances. Marçal again. But the offside flag has gone up for a free kick to Aston Villa on the near side. Marçal just straight into an offside position. And a free kick it is to Aston Villa. Just about a yard, just half a yard off there. Although Mings was perilously close to actually playing him on. But the free kick has been given, and that is the decision that the referee is, or the conclusion that the referee has actually come to there. Emiliano Martinez will take the free kick for Villa. Brings it a few yards, a couple of yards or so forward. Too far, and he kicks away right-footed down the right-hand channel. Header one there by Wolves. The ball will come out of play, and that will be a throw. Well left by Konza. And it'll be a throw to be taken by Cash. The referee saying, come on, take it from the correct position. So he goes back over the halfway line, and then Cash gives it away inexplicably here. And now Wolves could cash in on this now with Neves on the ball. Neves now has it on the far side. Semedo's there in support. Lovely football again from the old gold. They like to play the football on the deck, like most teams do in the Premier League. FA Cup semi-finalist no more than 3 years ago. Traore can't keep it in on the left-hand channel. And a throw into Aston Villa on the near side at Villa Park. Dean Smith, the manager of Aston Villa, he's done a terrific job. Promotion in 2019, then a League Cup final a season later. Stayed up with a dodgy bit of Hawkeye, though. And then obviously had a good season last season in terms of league position. Bruno Lage, first season in English football, took a while to adapt to it. But his team ain't been playing too bad, to be fair. They just haven't had the breaks until the last 3 or 4 games, where they've won 3 of the last 5. Ball played in there now. Matinho gets possession deep inside Villa half, out towards the far side. Chances here for Wolves now if they can run at their men. Cross will come in, will it? No. Mings will get it away. It was an attempted pass into the area, but it bisected everybody in old gold, and it's knocked out of play. Of course, we had a Midlands derby, you may have heard on the TCM last night, the game at Hawthorns between West Brom and Birmingham in the Championship, which was edged by a late goal from West Bromwich Albion to sicken the hearts of Lee Bowyer's side. Free kick on halfway to Aston Villa. Wang going through his man. And Villa get the decision with almost 20 minutes of the first half gone. It's gone quick this first half, hasn't it? And Mings takes it quickly out to Target. On to McGinn. McGinn gets the ball forward. And you'll ask a lot of Danny Ings here. Up against his man. And does well there, Max Gelman. Danny Ings is a very difficult opponent, as I well know. I mean, covered him or watched him for many years, starting at Burnley. Then, of course, he had his injury spell at Liverpool. Then he had a spell at Southampton where he could do no wrong. Scored a couple against Burnley last season at St Mary's when Southampton came back to win 3-2. And it was a bit of a shock to everybody that he went for 25 million. Wanted to leave Southampton, certainly did, but it was quite a shock how it happened. But he settled into life at Villa Park very, very well indeed. Twanzeba now has possession. Now the former Manchester United man has possession. Finds McGinn. McGinn has to turn away from Matinho's advances and pings an attempted 40-yard pass over the top to looking towards Benweda. And then the ball knocked forward by Wolves. Conte can get it back to Martinez, and he does so very competently. 21 gone here on the TC Hub and JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM. A delayed commentary of this Premier League game this afternoon. And it's 0-0 here as ball is played out to Wanzebe. And Wanzebe gets the ball down to Cash. Cash now, he'll run at his man yet again. And he does so. And he gets the cross into the area. And a good flick on. And it was just wide from Blandada. Had to take it first time on the side of the right foot. Coming up at an awkward height. And he did really well to get it towards goal. But I think Jose Sarr would have had it covered in any case. But the value of Matty Cash, he's such a willing runner on that right-hand channel. He really is. An attacking fullback in every sense of the word. Saw him against Everton a few weeks ago when in a televised match where he absolutely terrorised the Everton defence second half and then scored a cracking goal, which on another week, on another month, would have actually won goal of the month. such a good quality goal. In fact, Everton's Andros Townsend won it for an effort against Burnley. But Cash's goal certainly was up there as one of the best of the month. Ben Bader chips the ball into the area, headed away by Cody, but not very far. And he'll come again to McGinn, who strikes it and just over the top with the right foot this time. In fact, he wasn't. It was Douglas Luiz. I beg your pardon. Douglas Luiz hit it right-footed, and he just hit it over the top and into the bottom tier of the North Stand, almost hitting the executive boxes behind Sarr's goal as he struck it. It was a good hit. May have just shaved the crossbar as well. Hit this very, very well indeed. Well, it was a bit further over the crossbar than I thought it had. Thought it had shaved it, but it hadn't. If truth be told. We're halfway through the first half, 23 gone. Still no score here at Villa Park. And here's Ben Wader, goes down. Referee says free kick. Wangi's not happy with the decision, as you would expect. Just starting to get a little bit bitty, but yeah, just a slight push, nothing more. I think that's a little bit harsh there on the South Korean. But nevertheless, it's a free kick to Villa, just to the left-hand side. 0-0 here at Villa Park. John McGinn, who else is going to take it? Also, you got Buendía there as a second man committee in the two-man committee. Mings has been pushed there by Dendoncker. They go short now towards number 20 here. That's Danny Ings. He goes down. The referee says goal kick. Ings wants a free kick on just outside the area by the left-hand byline. Referee says goal kick. Let's get on with the game. Dean Smith there looking ominously on. Lost his big coach, lost his main coach last summer, of course. John Terry left. Obviously wanted a little bit of a break from the game, John. There was also managerial rumours that he would take over at a club somewhere. That hasn't come to fruition, but yeah, a good 2 or 3 seasons at Aston Villa, John Terry. Of course, Villa also were rocked by the news that Jack Grealish had left them, of course, £100 million. But Villa have gone out there, spent the money, and spent it well on good talent. Danny Ings, of course, one of those players that went there, and Buendía, certainly another who gets the free kick here. And the referee wants to have a word with Romain Saiss, who committed the challenge. We'll just have a stiff talking to here. 25 gone. It's been a blood and thunder West Midlands derby so far between Villa and Wolves. That is for sure. This is what happened again. Konza plays the ball in. Yeah, he's coming from the side and behind. And, of course, Buendía got the ball first as well. So Saiss was, shall we say, in the wrong. It was a bit of a hefty challenge, if truth be told. Right, 25 gone. Free kick, Luiz. Oh, far too close to Sarr. Wasn't a very good free kick, I don't believe. And the Wolves can come away with it now with Martial, who gets a long ball forward, and that'll test the Adama Traore, but too far forward, and Martinez collects it just inside the penalty area, just to the left of that penalty area, and gets it forward again for Wolves, for Villa rather. Here's McGinn over the top, down the left-hand side, asks a lot of Watkins. Cody's back there for Wolves. Cody now gets it back, and Sarr now will have a second bite at kicking it. It wasn't a very good kick indeed. And here come Villa again, but then McGinn has lost possession to Moutinho, but then Villa win it back. Possession changing hands about 4 or 5 times there in the space of about 15 seconds. And then the ball not forward. And Danny Ings is through. Danny Ings, good save. Brilliant save by Sarr from point blank range. Ings got through, hit it true with his faithful right foot, but Sarr had to dive a smidgen to his right-hand side as he looked and got a good glove on it and palmed it behind for a corner kick to Villa. Keeps Wolves in it at 0-0. Pulled off a couple of good saves there, Jose Sarr, so far. It's a corner to be taken by Luiz on the far side. Luiz to take the corner then. Far side. Villa attacking the north end. where all those executive boxers are. Kilman and Mings watching each other there, pushing and shoving. The referee will have to have eyes like a hawk towards the near post. Wasn't a good corner there from Louise. And in fact, the referee did have eyes like a hawk. He's giving a throw there to Aston Villa. And guess who's going to take it? I'll give you 2 seconds. Yep. If you guessed it, you guessed right. Matty Cash. Gone from right to left flank to take this throw. Wipes the ball with a towel. Almost Darnell Furlong style. And we'll try and throw it in right by the tunnel at the far end. The Trinity Road stand. Right opposite where we are. Throw comes in. Looks for Mings. Headed only half out. McGinn now will reload into the penalty area. It's not a very good ball in, I have to say. And Louise now hooks it back, and Wanzeba gets the ball out towards the far side. Header one there, quite brilliantly there by Wolves. Coding winning a no-nonsense battle there. Then the ball down back to Emiliano Martinez. Now once again, it's McGinn to come forward for Aston Villa. 0-0 here. 29 minutes almost gone. Zwanzeba has possession. Coming up towards the centre circle. Still in his own half, incidentally. Now feeds McGinn. McGinn now to hit a long diagonal ball, and he's looked to target, and he's found him beautifully. He must have hit that for something like 45 yards across the field. And here's Buendida back to McGinn. 20 yards outside the area. McGinn played it to target. Target's cross into the penalty area from the left-hand side. Couldn't find Ollie Watkins. The ball now is with Adama Traore. If he can give it in there for Wolves, which he can. He's giving it straight back to Cash. Now Buendida now takes it up. Still the sun shining brightly, but very, very cold here. Still 0-0. The Midlands derby that's starting. That isn't cold at all by any means. It's starting really to come to the boil. Just needs a go, and the blue touch paper will be well and truly lit. Quarter of an hour just over to go before we take a half-time break, plus any stoppage or injury time. We had about a good 3 minutes for the Ruben Neves injury. Just going to see a replay in a second of Jose Sarr's save here. It was a lovely bit of build-up play. And Ings gets in there. First time right foot shot. Had to get the ball out from under his feet. He was laid in there by Buendida. And I'll tell you what, that's a great save from Sarr. Big right hand dabbing away to his right as he looked. That was a smashing bit of goalkeeping, it has to be said. Villa again have possession with Mings. Mings again to target. Left-hand side now. He's hugging that left-hand touchline, incidentally. 50%, 56% possession Wolves, or Villa rather. 44 Wolves. 150 passes Villa, 112 for Wolves. And the pass accuracy, 84% accurate Villa, 72% accurate for Wolves. And here they come again through the middle, and it's all the way, and it's good save. Terrific run by Adama Traore. He must have run about past 4 Claret and Blue Villa players. Got into the area, shot to the right of goal with his right foot, and found Martinez in magnificent form there for Aston Villa. Well, he takes the ball on halfway here, goes past McGinn, then past Louise, then he's past Wanzeba, and Mings can't keep up with him. And in fact, the goalkeeper was diving the wrong way, and he caught it with one of his trailing feet, and that's what kept Villa in it at 0-0. Good game, end-to-end stuff this. Wolves are having chances, Villa are having chances. I don't think a breakthrough will be too far coming, I don't think. Here's Saiz getting the long ball forward again, looking towards Semedo, but he's lost possession that time. Target now to Louise. Louise now on the left-hand side, and he goes past one, past the second Wolves player. Looks for McGinn. Hit the pass rather strongly, I have to say, for John McGinn. He worked a miracle. Now the ball out to Konza. Konza takes it down in his stride. Brilliant play, this, from Konza. Now Cash. Room to get the crossing from the right, potentially. Back to Konza once more. Can he get Cash in behind? The answer is no. But at the moment, Villa are knocking on the door. They got the more likely scorers, although Wolves had the latest chance a few moments ago. Buendia now gets it out to Cash, and Cash is a good really runner down that right-hand side. Got it in towards Watkins. And again, the value of Matty Cash on that right-hand side is so crucial to Villa's chances today. Cash there through. He's onside as the ball is played now. Did it deflect up a Wolves player last? Hard to tell. It must have done because they were all lining up for a corner. Watkins did not touch it. So it came off Connor Cody. It must have done. So a corner kick then to be taken from the near side. It's McGinn once again to take it. McGinn will take the corner. 33 minutes almost gone. McGinn from the right-hand side. Deeper one this time towards the far post. And it's headed away. There might have been a bit of pushing and shoving, in fact. Well, it's either a goal kick or a free kick anyway. And whatever it is, it's to Wolves. That's one thing we can't debate. As we now hit the 33-minute mark of this first half here on the TC Hub. JDAT Football, JB Sports, my own channel, of course. Storm FM and TC Hub 2. Delay commentary of this terrific Midlands derby so far between Aston Villa and Wolves. Currently at 0-0 with 33.5 minutes gone. Here's Traore now down the right-hand side. Fike stays down. Traore now trying to take on Mings, and Mings comes off better in that one. Traore now gets the ball back, finds Ruben Neves, number 8. Has to go back to Connor Cody, who's the captain, of course, of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Still 0-0, as I say. And Martinho now takes possession. Neves is on the halfway line for support. This is Neves now, just inside the Villa half. And here's Martial. Martial does really well, gets the ball back. Here's Neves. Neves again to Martinho. Lovely football between the lines from Wolves. Then Donker now has it far side. Good football this from everybody. Then Donker once again. This is a terrific game here at Wolves. Still at Villa rather, 0-0 in this Midlands derby. And here's Saiz now, once again now for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Saiz gets the ball back once more. Has to check. Finds Marcel. Marcel now back from Traore. This is a good run by Marcel down the far near side. And the cross comes in, and Tyrone Mings, very alert to the danger, gives his defenders, or his fellow defenders, a bit of a verbal volley. As we come up towards the final 10 minutes of the first half here at Villa Park. Lovely work down the right-hand side. It was almost akin to what Grealish and Shaw did for England in midweek. And they created an opportunity for Harry Kane. So a corner to be taken by Martinho on the near side. Remember Wolves attacking the old end in the first half here at Villa Park. It must be Villa's biggest crowd of the season, over nearly 42,000 here at this beautiful traditional old stadium as this corner comes in, out only as far as Martinho. Now another chance for Martinho to reload into the penalty area from the left-hand side. It comes to Semedo. Semedo now out to Neves. Neves is a good cross in there, and there was 2 Wolves players going for it in the 6-yard area. One was Romain Saiz, and the other was Connor Cody. They were both centre-backs, essentially going for the same ball. I think Cody was the first one that went flying in there. And then Saiz came sliding in at the back post as well. Could have easily been an opening goal for Wolves. Now McGinn having to hold off the defences there. No foul there on McGinn. And it's play on. Oh, and Wang was knocked off the ball, but no foul given. No foul given there. And I'll tell you what, this has been a feisty 36 minutes. But a terrific derby game. Just needs a goal, I feel. But good entertainment at Villa Park this afternoon. Mings in possession, just outside his own penalty box. Gets it back to target and then goes back to Mings. And Mings then in turn goes back to Emiliano Martinez, who saved Villa a couple of times already in this first half. Adama Traore being the most important save of the lot. And he kicks out Martinez. Down the middle it goes. Flick on there by Ings to Watkins. Watkins does well. Watkins again, but he loses possession there. And Saiz does absolutely, Kilman Rawa does magnificently well. Now remains Saiz. Has it on the left-hand side. The near side as I look. Saiz aims to get a ball into the centre circle. Still 0-0 here. Good first half here at Villa Park, but yet no goals to show for the effort so far. Surely one's got to come. Semedo now has it on the far side, but the ball again just not back. Semedo now gets possession. Ball not forward, but Target cuts that intended through ball to the right-hand channel out. And here come Villa with their chance to attack down the left, but the ball is out of play. Will be a throw-in to Wolves. Just shy of the halfway line. Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0 on the TC Hub. Of course, we'll have a player of the match for you to choose, or for us to choose. In association with commentary services, we'll be picking out around about 88 minutes or something like that. Here's Cash now knocking it forward, but it hits a Wolves player, which was Marcel. And Cash then can knock the ball back to Martinez. Martinez now to hook out one away. He does so. Up towards halfway. Header one once more. Konza then, he was cutting from behind. Referees letting the game go. I'd like to see that in a referee. Let the game flow. If you've got possession, keep with it. I know Villa may argue that there isn't really an advantage to have. The want of the free kick, but I think the referee is very conscious of the fact that he wants to try and let as much go as he can in this match. And that's been the new directive from the referees this week, this year. Anyway, here's Target now on the far side. Target will size up across, hits the defender, and it goes out of play for a throw-in off Matinho. And still, we await the first goal here with bated breath at Villa Park. The referee wants a few words. So 0-0. And the throw taken quickly back to Target again. McGinn now has it. 25 yards from goal. Finds Cash. Back to McGinn. He definitely won't shoot there. Bueneda now might have a go. Plays it in there to Watkins. And the Cash was there, but the flag has gone up for an offside decision. And a free kick has been awarded to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Been a difficult first half, really. The referee's done exceptionally well in a lot of respects because he's managed the game very, very well. But still no breakthrough at this moment in time. And that is the important thing to watch here at the moment as Villa now... I think they've been the better side. I think Villa just shaded it, but Wolves have been as good as they've... It's been about as good as it's got. But here's the long ball forward, and again, Wolves get possession. Matinho now having to turn, but he's run out of pitch. In fact, it was Wang who ran out of pitch, not Matinho. It's very hard up here in the commentary box to judge who's who at the moment with the sunlight beaming down as well. It's hard to judge in the sunlight, especially with old gold shirts. It's been easy in the first half to identify Aston Villa players more than it has been Wolverhampton players. It's almost the same colour as the sunshine is. The Wolves players anyway. Anyway, Cash with a throw. He's an unmistakable figure. He takes all the throw-ins for Villa. His throwing didn't come to much there, but we're inside the last 4 minutes of the first period of the first half, and it's McGinn now knocking the ball back. But Bueneda has lost it. Neves picks the ball up. Feeds Semedo again. And Saiz as well. And Kilman. What a good run by Kilman. And Semedo gets in down the blind alley, but Tyrone Mings is there first. Did really well there, Tyrone Mings. And he's holding up Saiz and using his strength to terrific effect in winning a goal kick, I think. Or is it? It's a corner, I think he's been given. But I'll tell you what, Semedo, he's former Barcelona player, actually, Nelson Semedo. So he's got a bit about him, Semedo. Amazed that Barcelona let him go, but he's there, lost his Wolves gain. Anyway, Martino's going to take the corner. Sace and Kilman and Cody are a three-man conga waiting in the penalty area, one after the other. Ball is now knocked in there, and it's a bit over hit the cross, and then one or two of the centre-backs going in for that. And Kilman, I think, was the one who tried to get in there and nod it goalwards, which he couldn't. It's gone wide of target, and a goal kick it's been given to Wolves. Well, Bruno Lage, in theory, will be happy that he's signing up behind. Dean Smith will be scratching his head. His side have had two or three golden opportunities to take the lead. Mind you, Bruno Lage's side have had a couple of opportunities themselves. Most notably, of course, Adama Traore. But in the main, though, I think Villa have just shaded in on chances. They've shaded it, I think, on possession. But it's a long way to go in this football match. And as we've always said in football, it's a funny old game. Certain Jimmy Greaves once said that. Here's John McGinn now getting it forward. McGinn gets it out towards the far side, and Buendía now takes possession. He's got Konzo streaming up on the right-hand side into Watkins, and Cash has made a good run. Cash shoots and over the top. It was a good left-footed strike, but he couldn't keep it down from Cash. Another good chance created by Aston Villa, but Matty Cash, who scored that smashing goal down at the out end a few weeks ago against Everton, couldn't repeat the trick here against Wolves today. May have just bounced up a little bit because he struck it, which made it very difficult to keep the shot down. But he gets into a good threatening position. And Cashew, in fact, in scoring that goal the other week against Everton, that was actually his first goal for Aston Villa. Well, he could have had his second there in a matter of weeks. Kick from Sarr. That should go back by Twanzeba. Twanzeba turns and finds McGinn. I was going to say he was going to go back to Martinez, but that didn't actually happen. We're now coming up towards the final minute of the first half of normal time. We play 44 minutes, and it's gone remarkably quick. Didn't seem to have had 44 minutes. It seems as if we've only been going for about a quarter of an hour. The way this game has ebbed and flowed. No goals as yet, but I'll tell you what, it's been a remarkably good first half. Semedo picks the ball up deep inside the Villa territory. Now Wang has it on the far side. And Villa now Wolves having a good bit of possession. And Neves to Matinho. Matinho now bringing Dendoncker into it. Dendoncker now will size up a cross. And he does. Good cross from Dendoncker. Headed away though. And still Wolves come knocking at the door, and offside it is. As we come in towards the final 10 seconds of normal time at the end of the first half, Semedo was the man that was caught offside. Tagged offside. So we're now into stoppage time. Now at the end of the first half on the TC Hub. We get indication from fourth official Mike Dean how long it's going to be. An indication of that. We're 10 seconds over the 45. 3 added minutes as I actually thought, because it did take something like 3 minutes for the Ruben Neves injury. So I think 3 minutes is just about right. Just about right. Right, so 3 minutes of stoppage time, and Villa now with 30 seconds of that gone. I should also stress at this point that the minimum time that the 3 minutes added on is a minimum of. And after that, it's down to Michael Oliver's discretion if he wants to add a little bit longer on further forward. Anyway, Wanzeba now gets it out towards Konza. Konza now on towards Cash. Cash wins the throw-in, does he? Yes, he does. It's a Villa throw. Konza might take the throw. Yes, he's Cash sailing in. Go backwards. And here come Aston Villa now with Douglas Luiz. Gets it forward from halfway, looking towards the run of Cash. Offside against Matty Cash. Free kick to Wolverhampton Wanderers on the near side. Good spot there by linesman Simon Bennett. The free kick has been given to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So even Stevens, it's possibly going to be at half time, but I think we're going to see goals, I believe. I don't want to put the mockers in it, but I think we'll see goals today. Possibly more in the second half than anything else. But we might see one here because Semedo now is on the far side. Semedo keeps possession. Has to go back. Matinho is there. Here is Matinho. And then Wolves again go backwards, and Conor Cody now has possession. Man who started his career at Liverpool and found himself isolated. Wasn't part of Jurgen Klopp's plans, went to Wolves, and my goodness me, he's had a stellar 3 or 4, 5, 6 years at Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's a terrific defender. I'm lucky in some respects not to be making the England squads on a regular basis. Craig Shakespeare now, Dean Smith's right-hand man, of course, was Claudio Ranieri's right-hand man when they won the title. Leicester City, not too far down the road, 20 miles down the road. When they won the title back in 2016. Free kick for a foul by Wang. And McTarget to take that free kick as we now come up towards the final 10 seconds of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Just time for this free kick, and then should be possible Villa chance. There's not going to be one now. I think that's it now. We've played the 3 minutes. I think this throw out, and I think that'll be that for the first half. Saiss now in possession. Saiss coming forward. Referee has checked his watch, and it has blown, in fact, for half time. Well, it's been a fantastic first half anyway. Terrific football. Danny Ings coming close. One of the closest one. And then, of course, Neves coming close. Cash has come close as well with a terrific shot. And as I said, Traore has come close as well. Also, McGinn has come close a couple of times. But at half time here at Villa Park, as we take a quick break here on the TC Hub and all the other YouTube channels and Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. It's half-time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0, and we'll be back for the second half very soon. And welcome back, Villa Park. It's had its half-time bobbles and cups of tea. I've got my cup of tea now in the commentary box, and we're ready to go for the second half. Both sides unchanged. We'll run through them in just a second. It's Villa to attack their favourite old 10 in the second half. 0-0 if you just joined us. McGinn, Ings, and Cash coming closest for Villa. Neves with the best chance. So just recap as Villa get us underway. It's Martinez, Mings, Twanzeba, Konza, Target, Buendida, Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, Matty Cash, Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins up front for Villa. And then Wolves, let's just look at their side very quickly with Sarr in goal, Saiss, Cody, Kilman, Marcel, Matinho, Neves, Dendoncker, Semedo, Wang, Traore up, and that's Berber forward. So that's the two lineups very much concluded as Sarr kicks forward. He made a couple of smart saves in the first half, and Konza on the chase. Wolves attacking the end where the executive boxes are at the north stand of the ground. Whitton Road end. So let's see what comes of this second half then. Big Midlands derby. Can Villa take their advantage there? Dean Smith will have been chatting there at half time. We'll want more action there. Villa side, him and Craig Shakespeare. Bruno Lage will be probably the happier of the two sides because his team haven't got into it as such really, but they have made a good opportunity. Just to remind you that the referee is Michael Ober and VAR is Jared Gillett, formerly an Australian national. Here's Danny Ings now. Ings gets the cross in there and it's headed behind. Or it's headed away, only half away. He comes to target now in the area. Now Watkins, Buendia now has possession. Good football this now. McGinn, what about the shot? Chips it forward, and that's going to fall to Target, who's onside. Target playing across there, deflected away. Might come back to Douglas Luiz, and it's hooked away by Wolves. But a fine start to Villa, for Villa at the start. And the second half started in the same vein as we finished the first. Both teams attacking each other. We're going to see an end-to-end game, I feel. For absolutely certain. Ball knocked forward. Again, the runner McGinn. McGinn on the far side. Ings is offering some support. Buendia is a 2. And there's Ings. Header into the left corner. We've got a breakthrough at Villa Park. Danny Ings scores for Villa. 3 minutes into the second half. And the old end comes to life. Aston Villa take the lead. And it was down to John McGinn. Wonderful cross from the left-hand side, or from the right-hand side, I should say. Turn away from his man, got a good cross in, and Ings came in between two static Wolves defenders, which were Kilman and Cody, who up until then had terrific games. There's the cross, and Ings just goes in between the two of them. That's a brilliant goal, and Wolves are behind. And Danny Ings scores and makes up for his earlier miss where he hit it straight at Sarr, who had no chance on this one. Down away to his right, it's ended up perfectly and sweetly nestling into the left corner. And Aston Villa, with 3.5 minutes of the second half played, are in the lead. 1-0 they lead. And it's a lead they've just about deserved. It's only his third goal in the league this season, but it's a crucial one if it turns out to be the difference between the two West Midlands rivals. Wolves get a throw, 1-0 down. And Wolves have won 3 out of their last 5, with the other 2 being defeats. Could it be 3 defeats and 3 wins for their last 6? Well, let's just find out. But here's Semedo now. Good running by Semedo. And now Martino playing it out to the far side. Can Wolves find a way back into it? They can't. Wang couldn't be found. They might have a chance now inside the penalty area. Wang can't control it. And the ball out of play to the Wolves throw-in. However, but Buendia is down and in need of a bit of attention. Oh my word, what a start. We knew there was going to be goals in the second half, and so far we're not disappointed. 5 minutes gone in the second half already. Wolves starting to ask 1 or 2 questions there. There was a late challenge coming in, that's what happened. Well, it's now down to Wolves to try and force the issue now. Here's Semedo now. Semedo running at his man. Semedo now towards the byline on the right-hand side. Semedo now has got Dendoncker in support. Back to Semedo once again. Asked a lot of Martino passing. Here come Villa on the break. They've got plenty forward. Douglas Luiz and Ollie Watkins now leading the charge. Watkins has got Cash streaming away on the far side. And Cash now will knock the ball back in there, looking towards Ings, but it's too close to Jose Sarr, who takes possession rather competently indeed. Then Duncan now for Wolves. 1-0 down, but they've lost it. Watkins has been fouled by Neves. Free kick. And a first yellow card will go to the Portuguese. And Neves accepts it. Well, takes it rather well, and then goes across to just to see how well Watkins actually is feeling. And offers his hand in sportsmanship. Was a bad challenge on Watkins, it has to be said. And as I say, very deserving of the yellow card, which Neves took with good grace. So a free kick to Villa, midway inside the Wolves half. Can they make it 2 and maybe put their Midlands rivals out of sight? We've had 7 minutes almost of the second half. Goal from Ings after 48 minutes, the difference. So the first yellow card of the afternoon here is picked up by Ruben Neves. His target now for Wolves, for Villa rather. 1-0 to Villa here on the TC Hub. JDAT Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and TC Hub 2. We're also delayed commentary on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. Cross comes in, and it's well taken there by Jose Sarr. And we're also on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the commentary hub. And of course, our Twitter handle, if should you need it, Commentary Live 1. Commentary Live 1 is our Twitter handle. Here's Ruben Neves for Wolves. 1-0 down in this crucial Midlands derby in the Premier League. Premier League commentary here, delayed. And the ball's played to Dendoncker. Dendoncker just miscontrolled it there. Came off his left thigh, but the ball's been won again. Chances here for Neves. Neves gets it into towards the area. Now can Wolves work something now on that far side? We'll run through the substitutes when we get 5 minutes. At the moment, because it's been such a rip-roaring start to this second half, we haven't had time to do everything else. Traore gets the ball now on the right-hand side, the Wolves' right-hand side. And he cuts inside. He's got away from Mings, outpaced him in every department, gets the shot off, and it's deflected out. Well blocked by the Villa defence. Here goes John McGinn. Gets the ball over halfway, but it's into no man's land, and then the ball passed back to Sarr. Sarr back to Kilman. Wolves now looking to get the ball forward, but they've lost possession. But they've won it back again, and the header back to Sarr, who can pick up from headers, but can't pick up from back passes with the foot. 1-0 to Villa here. And we've had 54 minutes almost gone in the first half. Or the second of the game gone. We've certainly had 9 minutes of the second half played, I should add. Here's Watkins wrecking into the area. Watkins towards the edge. Watkins now trying to do too much. Ings is waiting in the middle. He crosses it in and it goes behind, I think, for a Villa corner. It does. Watkins trying to bring about 6 Wolverhampton players. I think they're very fortunate at the end to excuse me, very fortunate at the end to be winning a corner for this. Came off Sykes, couldn't keep the ball in play. Now then, can Villa from the far side make it pay? It's going to be John McGinn to take the corner. Mark Galoiba, one of the younger referees in this breed that we've got at the moment. McGinn was going to take it far side. Remember, Villa attacking the old end, and they've scored the first goal. McGinn with the corner, in it goes, and Sarr there was a little bit of pushing and shoving between the Villa player and the Wolves player, and Sarr gets it down the field very quickly, can't find Adama Traore, but the ball will break for him from Target's header. And here goes Traore, pace to burn, he's away from Buendia, and Wang is there too. Can't knock the ball back to Adama Traore though. But Wang has it now far side. Can he try and create a little bit of magic to South Korean for Wolves? Dendoncker now, deep inside Villa territory. Dendoncker with a shot right-footed and just over the top. And a goal kick to Aston Villa. Good effort that from Leandro Dendoncker. Terrific effort from him. Got it out on his right foot, struck it well, but couldn't keep the shot down. And Wolves are frustrated again. Villa fans gleefully behind that goal in the North Stand celebrated that effort going over as if they just scored a second. We've had 11 minutes of the second half played. Danny Ings' goal on 48 minutes, the difference between Aston Villa and Wolves. 2 Midland rivals battling it out for not just for bragging rights, but for 3 crucial points. A win for Wolves will take them above Villa in the table. So incentive for Bruno, largest team, to try and get 3 points today. But of course, Dean Smith's side could propel themselves and cement themselves absolutely in the top 10 at the moment. And they're doing just that. Although Mings has just mishit a clearance, but Target then mishit it himself. And now Wolves have been given cheap possession. Neves has got it, but then he gives it away. Not a very good cross. But Wolves now have it on the far side. They have to work it back. Martinho does that. Kilman now back to Connor Cody. Can Wolves work something there? Kilman turns his man well. Turn Watkins as if he didn't exist. Feeds Adama Traore. Traore out to the far side. This is better from Wolves. And they've got Dendoncker waiting in the middle. Coutinho's there too. Can they work something here on that far side? Marcel will hope to do so. Dendoncker had it on the edge of the area, but then lost it. Now Villa, the Clarendon blue shirt, streaming forward again. And it's Ollie Watkins on the chase with Saiz, and Saiz held him off, but it is a Villa throw, and Saiz isn't happy because he felt it was a Wolves throw in. I wonder if he's giving a free kick there. Saiz is fuming. Saiz is absolutely furious about that. I just wonder what happened there. Watkins and Saiz are in the leg race. Saiz is absolutely took him out there. That's what's happened, and I think Villa have got the free kick rather than the throw, and I think that's what's happened in essence. We've cleared that into incident up. So 58 gone. Villa leading by a goal to nil and have a free kick. It's to be taken, of course, by who else? Douglas Luiz, far side. Again, waiting and intent on the edge of the area as that free kick comes in towards all comers, including Ollie Watkins again. He was hounded out a bit by Ruben Neves, who's a very strong sort of player. Watkins had to get around the back of him, which was a very difficult ask. It's a free kick from Douglas Luiz. Asked a question or two, but Neves, by a deflection of Watkins, answered that question and answered it well. Wolves come forward once again. Ball into the path of Semedo, the former Barcelona player. Semedo now on the near side. Has to check back in. Adama Traore's just in field if he needs support. He plays a 1-2 with Traore, does Semedo. Now, Neves. And the ball now with Marçal. Marçal now go to the byline. The left-hand side, I should say. And the ball now knocked back in there towards the far post, but it's not a good ball. And a goal kick drifts out. So we're coming up towards an hour played. That was Neves' attempted cross from the left-hand side. Villa 1, Wolves 0. It's the scoreline in this Midlands derby. Problems afoot for Bruno Large side here. Made a slow start to the season, but they were building their way up there. Shown a good little bit of form. 3 wins from their last 5 games. As the ball is knocked forward again by Mings. Free kick against Max Kilman. Free kick to Aston Villa. Still inside their own half of the field. So we played an hour. 15 gone in the second half. And still no breakthrough for Wolves. Certainly a breakthrough for Villa. We've got goals in this game anyway. And Tyrone Mings just on the near side. Maybe the man to deliver this free kick into the Villa half. Referee Oliver telling Mings to get on with it. Sounding no nonsense as Mings now takes the free kick, left-footed. To Melwan's end. In fact, the referee has penalised Mings for time wasted. I'm not sure that was the case. I think Mings was trying to organise his troops. I don't think you could call that time wasting. I think Mr. Oliver there just a bit gun-ho there with a yellow card. Very harsh decision. Mings hits the free kick again. Hate it when referees book when they are only taking 10 seconds of time. And he was only directing traffic. He wanted players in position, and I find that quite unbelievable that you get them sort of decisions by the referee. I just felt the referee was a little bit on the picky side, if I'm being frankly honest. And I don't like referees doing that. But I know Michael Oliver's keen to get the game go, but Mings had a free kick. He took his time a little bit, but it was a free kick, and he wanted to make sure it was correct. I think booking him for time wasting when he only wasted something like 7 seconds, I think seems a very tad petty from the referee. Anyway, Wolves in possession. Free kick, in fact, didn't come to anything. So here comes Semedo now for Wolves. 1-0 down. Can they force an equalising goal? Semedo now back to Neves. Neves back to Matinho. Matinho into Adama Traore. Back to Dendoncker. Dendoncker back to Adama Traore once again. Semedo is on the overlap. Traore goes to the right. Goes to the right-hand byline. Gets the crossing. Hits Mings. It's a corner. And Wolves are starting to ask 1 or 2 questions of that Villa defence. This is not a very secure 1-0 lead by any stretch of the imagination. Villa, no, they're going to be in a match now. Coutinho to take the corner down by the right-hand touchline near side. Then Donker, Sais, Wangaro in there. Can they force an equaliser? And it goes towards the penalty area, headed only half away. Bandida does well. Then the ball comes back to Wolves. Ball then hooked in there by Neres into the danger zone, but it's gone behind and out of play for a goal kick for Aston Villa. 63 minutes gone. Villa 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Aston Villa 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. On the delayed commentary on the TC Hub, also on JB Sports, JDAC Football, Storm FM and TC Hub 2. We're also delayed on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. As I say, don't forget to check out our Facebook, www.facebook.com/the commentary hub, and our stream app for the streaming partners for the season. It's the Melon streaming software. All the W's, melonapp.com. Mings in possession. Back to Target, who loses possession. Traore picks it up on the edge of the box. Still 1-0 to Aston Villa. And here's Traore now on the edge of the area for Wolves, but he loses possession. John McGinn gets it. Here's the long ball knocked forward once again there by Matty Cash. And then the ball knocked back to Jose Sarr, who finds Kilman. Kilman now on his turn to Dendonka. Back to Kilman. Now Cody. Wolves 1-0 down here. Cody going through the centre, deep inside his own half. Hits it over halfway. Looking for the runner, Dendonka, but it's too far in front of Leander Dendonka, and it's easy for Emiliano Martinez to take possession. So 64 gone with nearly 20 minutes of the second half gone. Coming up towards the halfway mark, and it's still Villa 1, Wolves 0. Danny Ings on 48 minutes, scoring the only goal of the game as Martinez kicks away from the ground up towards Ollie Watkins. Wins the first header, then knocks the second ball in the air. Wolves win it. Mings down intercepts. Finds McGinn. McGinn through the centre. 25 yards from goal. Finds Cash. Cash into the area. Cash will shoot, and it's over the top. Hit it left-footed, and he tried to do too much. McGinn was screaming for it on the edge of the area for a shot as well. Cash, who's got the taste for scoring goals after that blockbuster he scored on the TC Hub a few weeks ago against Everton in a live match that we brought you. Live commentary match with myself, in fact, on the very same ground. Almost proving the trick again there. Neves on the ball to Dendonka. Dendonka now gets it out there towards Semedo. Semedo now. Oh, well played again. That target. Very good defending from Villa. Cody in possession now for Wolves. Has to go back to Sarr. Uses his goalkeeper. Long clearance. That should be won there by Ruiz, and he was. Now Tranzeba. Trying to knock that forward, but then he's lost it. Recovered again. Cash now gets it down the line. Sais now stops him. It's been a very competitive Midlands derby. We're now 21 minutes into the second half. We're nearly at the halfway stage. 66 gone. Aston Villa 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Here come Wolverhampton now with Kilman. He's fouled his man. Free kick to Villa. Buenida is the man who's been fouled again. We're going to see a change here for Aston Villa. And it's Buenida who's coming off here. Getting a good applause from the out end and the north end and the Trinity Road end and a little bit of the Doug Ellis as well. In fact, it's Douglas Luiz is coming off. But Marbus Nakamba is a very good player. Got a nice name. Marvellous name. Marbus Nakamba. Here he is now. Doing his crosses across his face. And on he goes now with 67 minutes of the game gone. And Villa in a very good position. Dean Smith's side in a very, very good position. It's a Sunday lead, however. Wolves have had a couple of good opportunities. Mings with a free kick. And, of course, he's now got to be careful that he doesn't get a second yellow for time wasting as well. Here's Watkins who shoots, hits the defender, comes out again. Oh, he's got it in from again with the left foot. 67 minutes gone, and Villa double their lead, double their money to 2-0. And Villa Park erupts. John McGinn. What a moment for him. Excuse me. Here's how it happened. Shot was blocked for Watkins and then McGinn hit it first time on the left foot and makes it 2-0. And that was unstoppable. It may have got a deflection off Ruben Neves, you know. If it did, oh my word. Oh, it's a Crow deflection that takes it past Sarr. It's going to be an away day blow for Wolves. But it's a home banker surely for Aston Villa with 22 minutes left. They're 2-0 into the lead. And who knows what might happen now. They needed that second goal. They needed that insurance policy. John McGinn's provided it. It's his second goal in the league this season. And Villa 2 up. Now what have Wolves got left in the tank? Bruno Lage hasn't used any of his substitutes yet. Villa have used just the one. Marvellous Makamba. Now then, Neves into Semedo. Semedo now. Can he get the cross in? No, Target does well. Target does well. And the Villa fans showing their appreciation. John McGinn, how many times has he come up with big goals for Villa from outside the box? He's just showing his worth there. And Dean Smith's side are 2 goals clear. And I've got clear daylight now over Bruno Lage's Wolves. With just over 20 minutes left to play, plus injury time. Here's Neves now for Wolves. Boy, did he need something. It deflected off him for the second goal, incidentally. Here's Max Kilman, I should say. Kilman now back inside. Neves back to Kilman. Back to Cody. Well, Wolves are going to have to need the miracle of all comebacks now. And I can't see them getting back into this because Villa look rampant. And here goes Watkins now. He'll run at these defenders. Watkins full of pace. Watkins towards the area. Oh, he's trying to do a little bit too much. But Villa have possession still with Target down the left-hand side. Target's cross. That's going to go over the top and behind for a goal kick for Wolves, who trail by 2-0. But Villa playing some confident football this afternoon and look like cementing at this stage of the game with just under 20 minutes to go. Cementing their top 10 place in the Premier League. And how well they play. They've got a good home record, of course, at Villa Park. Don't lose many games here. Certainly haven't this season. How can they just make sure of the 3 points and keep their decent run at home going? Mings in possession. The England international finds Twanzeba, who finds Ezra Konsa. And now Cash. Cash turns. Nice play from Matty Cash. Only finds a Wolves player. Wolves are going to prepare some substitutions. I see that. I see activity on the Wolves bench there over on the far side, and I see a few of the substitutes getting ready to go again. Bruno Lage. Well, Daniel Podence is going to come on, the man who played for Olympiacos and scored the decisive goal when they played Burnley, you remember, a few seasons ago in that competition when they knocked Burnley out 1 round shy of the qualifying round. He's going to come on. He's certainly one of the subs that's going to be prepared. It might be a double change here. Villa are making a change as well, it looks like. And it's going to be Ramsey about to come on, Jacob Ramsey. Ball out of play. The Wolves are preparing a second change, I see, as well. So Bruno Lage decided not to leave it too long. So it's going to be Fabio Silva going to come on, and Daniel Podence is the other player that's going to come on. And how Podence needs a performance. Hasn't really done as well as he would have liked so far this season for Wolverhampton Wanderers. They play some pretty football walls, but they're not getting the desired result today, unfortunately. All the bragging rights from this derby, unless they can come up with a comeback. They need 3. If they're going to win it outright, they need 3 goals and some snookers at this moment in time. Can these substitutes get them out of this hole? Or will Villa extend the lead to 3-0? But here goes Wolves again with a good tackle there from Cash. My word, he's played out of his skin today. John McGinn too also. The Villa fans are loving the commitment from this Villa player, from this Villa side. And they have a real eagerness about them. And we're going to see some substitutions now. A nice standing ovation. And I wonder who it's going to come off. Ramsey's certainly the player coming on, but they're giving whoever's coming off. Buendia is going to come off. And he's getting a standing ovation from 40,000 Villa supporters. And Jacob Ramsey now takes his place. Now the substitutes now taking place for Wolves. We think. Well, Podence is definitely on. And definitely Fabio is definitely on. I'm just trying to confirm who has replaced him. We'll get that confirmed for you in just a second or two. Anyway, Villa on the attack here now with Watkins towards the edge of the area. Ramsey, who's just got his first touch, I should say. Tice is there. We haven't had any confirmation who is replaced. So Fabio, the other substitute, is also on. We'll get those substitutions confirmed in just a second or two. Marcel has got off and Daniel Podence has replaced him. And the other sub was Matinho off and Silva on. So, Wolves playing 2 jokers in the pack. Looking to come back from 2 goals down. Matinho sits there, ashen face on the bench. And Villa now come again with John McGinn from the far side with this corner. Then he goes towards Konza on the edge of the 6-yard area, but he couldn't get there. Silva will get his first touch and hook it away. Quarter of an hour left to play, incidentally, here at Villa Park. Second game comes later in the season at Molineux. Here's Ramsey now for Villa. Ramsey has to check back, and he does. 2-0 it is to Aston Villa. And the ball knocked back again by Antoine Zeba. Plays a 1-2 with the goalkeeper and hits it out to the far side and finds Matty Cash. I think at this stage of the game, it's been a super game so far. Villa leading 2-0. Deservedly so. Ramsey trying to get it down the line. Can't find Danny Ings or Ollie Watkins. And Sarr now is little or no chance. Beaten by a deflection on the second. Beaten by an accurate Danny Ings header on the first. Let's put Villa in a commanding position. His rollout isn't the best. It's straight to target. And now it's Watkins down to target. Left-hand side. Looking towards Ramsey on the back post. And a cool chest back there. It's got to be said there from the Wolves player. Did really well there. Time of goal, 48 minutes. John McGinn, 20 minutes later. Exactly. Here come Wolves now with Adama Traore looking to get the ball back towards Podence, but Tranzeba was back there. We're now into the last 13 and a half minutes plus any stoppage time. Wolves 2 goals down and in need of a couple of goals and some snookers to get any points out of this game at the moment. But they'll have a good go. You're a side that don't give up easily. We've seen that down the years. And Daniel Podence will take the corner now from the far side. Remember, Wolves attacking the north stand where the executive boxes are all situated. 2 rows of executive boxes behind the goal where Wolves are attacking. And here it goes towards the near post. Out again. And Ruben Neves is lining one up. He was trying to line one up. He's got it out to the far side, however, to Podence, but he can't be found. In fact, Neves has gone down in a bit of a heap. about 35 yards from goal, just to the right of centre. Referee Oliver quickly on the scene. No yellow card to the offender. Neves looks in perceived agony here. The ball knocked back by Wang. And who was it who bundled him off? It was Marvelous Makamba, in fact. Nakamba, who fouled him. So Wolves have a chance here from a free kick situation. Podence is certainly going to be the man to take it. Neves is back up on his feet, and he's also one of two men who could take this free kick. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Podence to take it. 12 minutes to play, plus some stoppage time, and how Wolves could do with the next goal going in. Podence chips the free kick into the danger zone, and a header over the top. And Fabio was in there. I think it came off a Villa man last. So it will be a corner to Wolves. So that's Wolves' fifth corner of the game that they're going to have. Villa have had 4. And we're going to see a Villa substitution as well. Mike Dean trying to get Michael Oliver's attention. It's Matty Cash who's gone. Matty Cash has been substituted. And Ashley Young is going to take his place. The evergreen Ashley Young was re-signed, of course, from Inter Milan. Double clever by there from Dean Smith. Anyway, Podence with the corner from the right-hand side. A little flick on, but Villa defended that one all right. The Wolves still come again. They're looking for this goal that will get them back into it. Podence again inside the area. Good football. Fabio with a cross back in another corner. Wolves are 6 of the game. This time off Danny Ings. They're asking some questions now, Wolves. It's taken them 79 minutes and 2 goals down to start asking these questions. But can they get one back? That's the crucial question. Podence again to deliver from the right-hand side for Wolves into the penalty area. Not a good delivery. He'll get a second chance now on the right-hand side to reload. In it goes again, but knocked away. But not very far by Villa. Ball played in there. Podence has got in there. And a goal! Turning from 6 yards. Size has got in there. And Wolves have got one back. With 10 minutes exactly to play. Well, that's got the old goal supporters up and on their feet now. They might just believe they could sneak a point from this. And Podence has made the impact. He's been on the field 6 minutes. And he's made a goal for Romain Size to tap in from 4 yards. An empty net. And Villa's clean sheet has gone for certain. The ball knocked in there. Podence is onside there. Now, was Size in an offside position? This is what VAR will have to check. And also, was he behind Podence? No, that's a fair goal. Nothing that anyone can do in that situation. Neves playing it out to the right-hand side, and there was no doubt about it. Podence was onside as that ball was played. The Size behind the cross, or behind the ball that was crossed back. Gratefully tucked it into the net, but it's still 2-1 to Villa. Villa still leading here. But Wolves have got a foothold in this game, and they'll still think they can steal a point from this. Michael Oliver coming across now. Oh, it's been some match this. Whatever happens now, free kick to Wolves. And that's his first goal of the season, Romain Size. Great moment for him, but still not enough for Wolves at the moment as things stand. Villa will still be in line to take all 3 points. Sarr kicks long, up the field it goes, over the halfway line. And Ollie Watkins has got himself a yellow card in all of that as well. Adama's been penalised as well. So Watkins has been booked. Actually, I have to say, I'm not quite sure what it was. Oh, it was for the earlier challenge there. It was for a challenge a moment ago. That's what it was. But he fouled Kilman. We cleared that one up. So it's the comeback on for Wolverhampton Wanderers, we reckon. We'll soon find out. Free kick to Villa, just shy of halfway on the right-hand channel, the far side as we look. As Konza hits it long, looking towards the far post, but knocked away once more. Wolves certainly have really answered their critics in the best possible way. 41,951 is the attendance at Villa Park this afternoon. Certainly one of the higher crowds at the ground this season. 8 minutes to go, or 7.5 minutes to go. Villa 2, Wolves 1 on the TC Hub. Delayed commentary on the TC Hub, JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, Periscope, Twitter and Twitch and TC Hub 2. Ball chip forward towards Fabio Silva. It's inside the area. Can't control it. Goal kick Villa. But Wolves are starting to ask a few more questions since scoring as well. This is going to go down to the wire, this game. I've got a funny feeling. What did I say earlier? A certain Jimmy Greaves, who was a doyen of the local football program in the Midlands many years ago at ATV. Just down the road from here. Used to say it was a funny old game. It is a funny old game these days. Still is to this day. But it's 2-1 to Villa. But Wolves are still in business. And there's another foul there. Referee says free kick. Right decision as well. Mings has got to be careful. He's already on a booking. Can't afford to get a second yellow at this point in time. Wolves have a free kick, 10 yards almost inside the Villa half, just to the left of the centre circle. Can they force an equalising goal and make it a real cliffhanger? 6 minutes left. The ball chipped in there by Neves towards the penalty area. Villa making a hat-trick, getting it clear. McGinn dawdles on it. Wolves get possession. Podence now will cross it in. Will he? No, he'll lay it in there once again. The ball comes back across. Cody's up there. Cody will get a corner and he'll roll it down to that corner quadrant on the near side for Podence to string another delivery in. Bruno, larger side, can sense blood. They were 2-0 down and seemingly out of it, and we didn't give them a hope. Now they've got hope. Here comes the corner from Podence. Flicked on into the penalty area. Silva knocks it back across and it's off the crossbar. The crossbar from Kilman. Still not away yet. Wolves still have it. Traore now. Chips it into the area. Podence is there. And a chance inside the area. It's been touched in. It's 2-2. I don't know who got the final touch. But Wolves are level. Wolves are level. They celebrate down below me. In front of their supporters. And the police have got a tough job, but what a moment for Bruno Larcher's side. 2-2. I can't honestly tell you who got the final touch there, but it was a scramble inside the 6-yard area that was prodded in. I wonder if Cody got the last touch. Let's have a look. The ball knocked in. Podence is there. Cullen was there too. And the ball was bundled in. Traore from Kelman's pass crossed in from the left. Then it came back to Podence. Now, who did it come off last? Well, Cody's definitely claiming it. Did it come off Cody last? It must have done. And if it is, it's a skipper's goal. 2-2 it will be. But was it Cody's goal to start with? Or did it come off Twanzeba? Well, whatever the case, it's 2-2. Certainly one for the dubious goals committee with 4 minutes to go. Looks like Cody will claim it. But Wolves are level. 2-2. And Villa, who were in complete control some 7 or 8 minutes ago, have now been pegged back to 2-2. And I think Wolves, Cody's got a booking for his celebrating, but anyway, Villa have got a free kick. John McGinn, left-hand side. McGinn swings that into the penalty area. They all go up. And Twanzeba got the header in, and Seist as well hit it off Mings. It's a goal kick to Wolverhampton Wanderers, although Tyrone Mings figured it was a corner kick, but it wasn't. It certainly wasn't. 2-2 it is. 4-goal thrower here at Villa Park. Split down the middle at 2-2. With 3 minutes for stoppage time to go. Dean Smith and Craig Shakespeare look ashen-faced. They can't believe what's happened. Wolves are going to bring on Raul Jimenez. With his headgear and all that. Wang is the man being replaced. What a moment that could be if Jimenez got the winning goal. Free kick Villa. Bit of wrestling there by Cody on McGinn. Or Dendoncker on McGinn. Dendoncker it was. So, 2.5 minutes to go. Are we going to see a winning goal? Or will the points be shared? Well, we will soon find out. But what we do know is that this game has still got a bit of mileage left in it. Even with 2 minutes with stoppage time to go. Target with a cross in from the left-hand side towards the far post. Can't find Konza, but it came off the defender. It's a corner kick to Aston Villa. It came off Traore, in fact. It'll be taken from the far side, and you can bet your bottom dollar it's John McGinn who's going to take it. Down at the old end. The far side. The Villa fans can't believe that. There's some Villa fans who just can't believe what they've seen. So a corner now. It will be taken by McGinn towards the area. And Mings, I think, was up there, but I think there was a foul inside the 6-yard box. Watkins, in fact, got the header, misheaded it. Actually, might have come off a Wolves player last. Anyway, it's a corner for Villa. McGinn will take the corner from the other side now. The near side as we look. Drama at the end at Villa Park. We've got about a minute of normal time to go. McGinn will take the corner from the left-hand side. McGinn to take this corner then. Can Villa rescue the situation and nick it in the last and over the top? Ings was in there. And it went too high. And another chance goes begging for Messrs. Shakespeare and Smith. Goal kick. As the ball was threaded in from the left-hand side. Ings with a free header, in fact, and he couldn't direct it there. Not as accurately as he did when he scored the opening goal after 48 minutes. Then John McGinn doubled it on 68 with a deflected 25-yard daisy cutter. And then Wolves have come back into it. Got back to 2-2. Saiss and Cody. And now we've got a game that's really in the melting pot as we hurtle now towards stoppage time with 10 seconds of normal time to go. And all eyes will be on fourth official Mike Dean from the Rural to see how long we're going to have. We've played the 90 minutes. 2 apiece it is. Terrific entertainment. 4 added minutes at the end. 4 added minutes it is. And Wolves in possession on the far side from the throw-in. Ball knocked down the line. And Silva has won it inside. Oh, he's won it illegally. He's won it illegally on that far side. And Silva can't believe that decision. He bundled Konza off the ball. And a free kick to Aston Villa. Relay throughout Villa Park. In fact, it was Wanzeba who knocked to the ground illegally. Free kick to Villa. Martinez to take it. Are we going to see one last twist in this game? It's been a topsy-turvy match. Villa 2 up, pegged back to 2-2. By Ndebete Dye, Wolves side, whose manager Bruno Lage has pulled off some real substitutional masterstrokes. Daniel Podence especially, he's really made a huge difference. Has played a part in both the goals so far. Are we going to see a late twist in the tail now? Podence has possession towards the penalty area. Podence gets the cross in. That should be Martinez and takes it inside his 6-yard area very comfortably, very comfortably indeed. And Martinez gets Villa on their way. So Wanzeba now, far side. Wanzeba gets it down the line. Can't find Ollie Watkins. We've played a minute and a half of the 4 minutes. And I should stress at this point, it's a minimum of. Wolves looking the more likely winners if there is to be a winner. I've got to tell you that. Here's Semedo touching it back to Kilman. And Cody, who will claim that second goal until the cows come home. You can bet your boots on that one. Stoppage time here at Villa Park. Ball down the line. Here's Silva. Killed it beautifully, but can't get away. And Swanzeba got back. And now the ball knocked down the line. It's been a very difficult day. Ashley Young getting it out of play. Villa wanted to get on with this throw-in. They want to win this game. Looks like the bragging rights are going to be shared today at Villa Park. We've played half of the 4 minutes. And what a match it has been. A match really that if a neutral enjoyed it at Villa Park, he'd have had his value for money. Absolutely for sure. Mings has gone charging forward. Now Poland's getting it halfway. Gets it down the line. Looking for Jimenez. Jimenez is there, but so too was Mings. Good running back money. A good defender. Now Young knocks it back to the goalkeeper. Martinez just boosted away as far as he can with all his might, right-footed towards halfway. Watkins trying to hold it up, but he's giving it straight to Dendonka. And now here comes Adama Traore. Pays to burn. Very tricky sort of customer. And Traore goes down, and the referee says free kick with a minute to go of stoppage time. Ramsey the offender. What a good run now by Adama Traore. Had the Villa defence at 6s and 7s, and now there's an almighty nervousness around Villa Park at this moment in time. Because this practically now, if this goes in, it's all over. And Villa have got to see this out now. They were 2-0 up and coasting, and now Wolves are threatening to win it. And Ramsey did what he did. So, Neves, I fancy, will wind this one up. What a finish to this game here at Villa Park. Can Wolves pull off the comeback of the season? It's Raul Jimenez and Ruben Neves, the two-man committee. McGinn is the man lying down behind a 6-man Villa wall. Can Wolves nick it at the end? Dean Smith and Craig Shakespeare hope that's not the case. The whistle goes. Neves is going to hit it right-footed. It's something like 25 yards out. Dead central. Deflected. It's in! It's in the left-hand corner. And Wolves have won it. Ruben Neves with a free kick. Deflected in. And Wolves are stolen it with the very last kick of the game. And Villa Park is stunned. About 2,500 Wolves supporters who are absolutely cock-a-hoop. Aston Villa 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. Oh, you could not have wrote the script. 12 minutes ago, Wolverhampton Wanderers were dead and buried at 2-0 down. They've come back from the dead. They've got 3 goals and they've needed some snookers to do it. My goodness, they've done all that and more. They needed a bit of luck. It comes off the wall and in. One-footed Martinez. It needed a bit of luck and it comes off target and in. I don't think it was going in the net, but I don't think they'll care too much. It's going wide and it's hit target. It's gone right into the net. The left-hand corner of the net, and there's Villa supporters behind that goal, head in their hands. And surely that must be that. We played a minute and a half over the 4 in the most dramatic comeback of the season. It's got to be said. Poor Matt Target, he can't believe it. There'll be some bookings for the celebrations at the end there. But the Wolves players won't give 2 hoots about that. Their side of they think they've won it now. Showing they must think that. They thought they'd lost it 12 minutes ago when they were 2 goals down. And now it's Villa who led 2-0. They look down and out. Sure, there isn't time for anything else. Sure, there isn't. And away we go again. Surely that must be that now. Foul there on Watkins. Free kick Villa. Is there one last twist in the tail? We've played 96 minutes of the match. Are we going to see another end? Another twist in the tail. Can Villa respond? Villa Park is empty quickly, I can tell you. There's empty seats all around the ground as the ball is chipped forward towards the back post. It's going to be that. And that is it. It's all over. There will be no more. And the comeback of the season, you've got to say, so far belongs to Wolverhampton Wanderers. They were trailing 2-0 through goals from Ings on 48 and John McGinn on 68. And they were looking down and out at 2-0 down until around about 10 minutes from the end when they got back to 2-1. The ball, Daniel Polans came on. He made the usual effect. He played the ball back across. Size tapped home. And then Wolves scored again 4 or 5 minutes later when Connor Cody tapped in from another opponent's cross. Low cross inside the penalty area from the right-hand side. And then a Ruben Neves deflected free kick has won Wolves the points. They come here, smashed and grabbed, come from the proverbial dead from 2-0 down and seemingly out of it, and have stolen an absolute classic. Bragging rights to Wolves. They take the points and the bragging rights back to Molineux from Villa Park. He's finished here in an absolute corker, complete with one of the comebacks of the season, without a shadow of a doubt. It's finished Aston Villa 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 in an absolute thriller.